What's up, guys? I just want to take a quick second to say thank you. I appreciate all the support I've been getting. If you guys feel like supporting my work, check out the subscribe star link down below. Lets me bring more content to you guys. You guys take it easy. Be safe out there. Alright, agents, it's that time again. We're getting into the newest update of the Assault Turret Striker drone. It is almost maxed out at this point. We'll go over it. You'll see. There's not much more I'm going to be able to squeeze out of it damage-wise at this point. And how are we doing it? All right, first the specialization. All right, we'll be running the technician. I'm not taking advantage right now, but of course you could take advantage of the +1 skill tier, which would allow you to roll yourself 15% weapon damage or 170,000 armor in one of the core attribute slots. The additional 12% damage to drone, skill proxies, and robotics is extremely beneficial in the endgame stuff. This counts for almost all of the deployed skills from all the enemies. And the most effective thing is against the Black Tusk robot dogs, the Buddy and Lucy's and all that stuff. Let's see. Faraday Field is awesome. This is the #1 reason why I run this. Running a skill build, if your skills are disrupted, you're in a bad spot. 15% bonus armor when aiming a skill is cool. And the other main reason I'm running this is for the +10% skill damage from overclock CPU. Okay, now that we've covered the specialization, let's quickly go over the weapons. For the primary, I am using the custom P416G3. I have an almost perfect roll with spike on it. I love this gun. Of course, to maximize our skill damage, I can whip out the Surge with perfect spike for that extra 5% skill damage. And in the offhand, we are running a backup boomstick. You can use any sawed-off shotgun with preservation. This is simply for survivability in case you're getting rushed. It's great for a quick kill and get you some armor regen at the same time. As far as the brand sets, we are running one piece of Wyvern for the +10% skill damage. We are running 2 pieces of hana-u for the 10% skill haste and the 10% skill damage. And we are running 3 pieces of Murakami for the skill duration. We are not using the skill repair at all, but we are definitely using the extra 10% skill damage. As far as what we are rolling on the gear, all the gear you want to roll skill damage and skill haste wherever possible. Mask, skill damage, skill haste mod. Chest, we have skill damage and status effects. I prefer that skill haste, but this is the best chest piece I got with Glass Cannon, Wyvern. We got skill haste mod on here. We got the skill damage, we got the skill haste. We got the skill damage, we got the skill haste. We have the skill damage, we have the skill haste. And we have the skill damage, we do not have skill haste. We have some weapon handling on here, which I do not hate. And in fact, that's kind of nice. It does help to make sure that I can proc spike when I want to. We also have the skill haste mod on here. And we're rocking the 2 different talents of tech support on the backpack. Skill kills increase total skill damage by 25% for 20 seconds. And the chest piece, I saved this talent for last because there are a couple different variants that we will quickly go through. I will do in ascending order of damage potential. The first one would be to get yourself a Wyvern. All of them are Wyvern. Go Wyvern with Unbreakable. When your armor is depleted, repair 95% of your armor with a 60-second cooldown. This effectively doubles your toughness, let's say, and is better if you're just doing some basic farming, if you're really not thinking about too much, or on the contrary, if you're trying to do some content that's a little bit above where your gear is at. This can help with survivability. Next would be Overwatch, and I primarily use this in group settings where I want to buff the entire team, as this buffs weapon and skill damage of all players once it ramps up. The third alternative I would use would be to use Kinetic Momentum. When in combat, each skill generates a stack while active or not in cooldown. And this will stack up to 15% weapon damage. And since we are using deployed duration skills, both of these will stack up. And this is actually a really good talent if you do not want to go with our most damage dealing talent, Glass Cannon. All damage you deal is amplified by 25%, but all damage you take is amplified by 50%. So if you do not want to be taking that extra 50%, the numbers are not correct. I don't know how the numbers are actually working, but for whatever reason, as you can see in the damage demo I'm about to do, Kinetic Momentum is not far off. It says, you know, that it's a 10% difference, and this is supposed to be an additive versus multiplicative. So in this build, and actually, if you see, just to show you, if I actually go to, where is it, the sniper drone, I actually use Kinetic Momentum as the actual perk, just because the damage difference is so minimal compared to the reduction in damage that I take by not running Glass Cannon. And lastly, we'll just look at the skills. So our striker drone in this configuration has a 13.2 second cooldown, has 2.8 million health, which in heroic and in legendary, it still gets shot down pretty damn quick. So I try to send it to different places and keep it moving, and that tends to help its survivability. The damage is 78,000, and the PvP damage is 8,500. And this thing is an asshole to other players in the Dark Zone. It's a lot of fun to see them try to deal with this thing. And our assault turret, 12.4 second cooldown and 124,000, basically 125,000 base damage on the assault turret. 5.5 million health, and the PvP damage just over 20,000 per shot. The mods we're using: duration mod, damage mod, and so you notice I'm 0.4% off of max there. So when I get that, I will just break 78,000. And the assault turret will break, let's see, what am I using for? Yeah, 4.8. I should, when I get the 5%, I'm hoping that'll break 125,000 as the base damage. And lastly, just to show you where, since you can switch between the sniper and the assault turret at a whim, so the sniper turret has a 9.9 second cooldown and 2.9 million base damage. And I'm hoping, I don't think I'll break 3 million when I get this absolutely maxed, but if I do, I'd be really stoked. So, alright guys, I will show you guys the damage numbers in the range, and then we will tack on a little bit of gameplay. So, alright, so now we'll get into what everybody actually cares about, the numbers. So first off, we'll go over the Lavernware with Unbreakable. And every one of these, of course, has the 10% skill damage on it. 77,962, 124,809. So 77. Serious. Yeah, the drone does 109,000. Under 74,000, almost under 75,000. Alright, next is our Overwatch. And 10% skill damage, and in this variation still. Nothing's changed. Almost 140,000 there. Got 191,000. And almost 120,000 with the drone. Alright, so next we'll go over Kinetic Momentum. And this one, we have to damage ourselves to get that to start proccing. Alright, that's going to start building. 1, 0. With the drone and 216 with the turret. Alright. And lastly, we will go over the glass cannon, which, as you guys know, has no ramp up time. So we'll just get straight into the damage numbers on this, and this is of course what we will expect to see the highest numbers with. Throw that in. So 136,000. Big money. 118,000 per shot. And now, just in case anybody is interested, what happens if we switch out the assault turret? Dude! There we go. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate the support. Please hit the thumbs up if you dig the video. If you guys have any comments, feel free to throw them down below. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I love to watch my channel grow. And I will check you agents in the dark zone.
So as you guys probably noticed, there's a little something funny going on when we just checked those numbers. So I actually crunched some of them. And so based off of the Unbreakable chest piece, which we know is just a baseline, doesn't give us any actual bonuses, the Overwatch actually gives a 9.15% bonus overall. So it's not quite the 12% that they advertised in this configuration, but that's due to the law of diminishing returns. So that does make a lot of sense. Glass cannon turns out to be exactly like it says. It is a 25% multiplier. Everything I checked out, that checks out. Now the weird one, and what we've been wondering about, is kinetic momentum. And I knew the numbers weren't exactly right, but doing the math, as it turns out, kinetic momentum ends up being about a 23.5% bonus to damage right now. So I don't know where the error in the coding is, but there's something off with that, and I'm definitely going to use that to my advantage. So in reality, any of the skills that are deployed and build up kinetic momentum, you're much better off using this versus glass cannon. Literally, there's a 1.5% damage difference between the two, and you take 50% more damage. So why would you ever do that? So I just wanted to make that real clear, real quick. Until they go in and they change kinetic momentum, it is it is the superior perk currently, unless you're running, it won't help Seeker Mines, the Chem Charger, like the Oxidizer, the Flame thing, but any of the deployable skills, it will absolutely benefit. So, alright guys, back to the gameplay.
Rogue Firefly detected. Target down. Good job.
Start running! I'll get you for that! Worse timing! Won't let you hurt anyone again! Gotta reload! Gotta reload! Get away! I wanna see you dead!
Oh, dude, you see me in a horrible spot, dude. That was just stupid.
Target spotted, Sheriff. Got the target. Nice.
Got me. But I got my spike. And there's the first kill. Now everything else will be easy. Drop my perfect tech support. Wait, I'm not doing my perfect tech support. That's right. I'm on regular tech support now. Because I